Opener. They approach steadily. They're off. Robbie Supple drops the flag and they're underway in the JCB Triumph Trial. It's a relatively short run to the first. Mutar in the maroon and white is the first to show up, with Quantock Hills on the right in the maroon and beige, and Lavender Hill Mob, the red cap, close up on the left of the leading trio. Long run to the second. Teriferma in orange jacket drops into fourth place. Ahead of the grey Total Look, the favourite, who races upsides Ocean Quest in the purple and orange. And the nose-banded filly Ambiente Amigo is the early back marker. And there'll be about 8 lengths from first to last as Mutar leads the field on this extended run to flight number 2. Going along a couple lengths clear over Quantock Hills and Lavender Hill Mob, second and third respectively. And then Total Look on the left, Teriferma on the right, and Ocean Quest between that pair. And lastly, Ambiente Amigo. All neat enough at the second. And now they swing to meet rising ground for the first time today. Mutar striding on in front, lobbing along quite happily as well, stalked on the incline by Quantock Hills. And then Lavender Hill Mob continuing to track the leading pair. A handy third. 3 lengths further back to Teriferma, and then Total Look, Ocean Conquest, and Ambiente Amigo. Now they make the downhill run on the approach to the third. The next 3 hurdles in a line come fairly swiftly to halfway. Mutar just had to put himself right at the third. Much more fluent leap there from Lavender Hill Mob, who went up into second ahead of Quantock Hills. Couple lengths the grey Total Look from Teriferma, and Ocean Conquest racing on the far side of Ambiente Amigo. At the next, flight number 4, Mutar. Again, not the most fluent, joined by Lavender Hill Mob. Quantock Hill still right in behind them. A 3-length break then to Teriferma, racing on the near side of the patiently ridden Total Look in the hands of Keith Donoghue. Jumped that particularly fluently, certainly out-jumped Teriferma there, who left a trailing leg. Ocean Conquest and Ambiente Amigo with a final duo as they race across the top of the track. Beyond halfway and heading towards the flight right over on the far side. 3 out. We're still quite a long way from home. Mutar and Lavender Hill Mob, the red cap. They've gone 3 lengths clear now over Quantock Hills. The patiently ridden Total Look is in 4th place, weighted with, yet to make a move as they cross the third last. Mistake from Ocean Conquest, who's dropped back to be last, passed by Ambiente Amigo. Teriferma in orange jacket after a mistake just before halfway is just beginning to recover a little poise now under Sean Bowen as the leaders turn to head on down the hill with a long run now to the second last. Mutar then with a slender advantage over Lavender Hill Mob as they descend. Quantock Hills in the maroon and beige tracking the leading pair. Total Look is beginning to inch a little bit closer now, has been sent off after the leading 3. And then a gap back to Teriferma, Ocean Conquest and Ambiente Amigo, the nose-banded filly, yet to get involved. Here's the second last. Mutar joined by the strong travelling Lavender Hill Mob. Total Look on the left is now being asked for more. Quantock Hills is stalking the leaders into the turn. Mutar and Lavender Hill Mob from Quantock Hills. Total Look is a couple lengths away. Teriferma in an orange jacket is getting in touch, but ridden in 5th. Ambiente Amigo now is being asked to close. White cap, Ocean Conquest is outpaced. It's a long run down to the final flight. Quantock Hills now has moved through to take a narrow lead. The maroon and beige. Here comes Total Look, though, under the rail on the left, throwing down a stern-looking challenge. Lavender Hill Mob is ridden back in 3rd. Mutar's dropped right away. Final flight. Quantock Hills narrowly, more fluent than either Total Look or Lavender Hill Mob. Teriferma, the orange jacket, is staying on. They're halfway up the running. Quantock Hills just wandering a little off for a true line. Teriferma and Total Look are inching closer. Quantock Hills is all out. Teriferma with a late thrust. It's going to get very close between the pair. Total Look was close up in behind them. And then right in behind those and back in 4th, Lavender Hill Mob goes to the judge between Quantock Hills and Teriferma.
Well, this is something a little bit special, a dead heat after our first race, and the brothers Bowen have shared it, James and Sean. Sean, that's a little bit special, isn't it?
Yeah, it's probably something that's never happened again, and never happened before, probably will happen again. It's Yeah, it's good to do it at Cheltenham, isn't it?
And I don't suppose you were giving yourself much of a chance for quite a bit of that race.
No, I was struggling throughout, but he's a very strong stay. He probably jumped a bit high. Hopefully that'll sharpen up. But I actually thought I was coming to pass him, and we didn't know the result. But dead heat we'll take.
And James, you were the one who travelled beautifully, jumped beautifully. He did everything right. Are you happy enough with the dead heat?
Yeah, well, obviously, share it with my brother is probably better than anyone else, but I'd have felt really hard done by if I got done. But they just challenged on the wrong side. But to be fair, he felt class all the way around. So yeah, it was a good performance.
Looks like you've got a nice prospect, not just for this year, but for next year and beyond on your hands here.
Yeah, he'd probably jump a fence. He's very slick over his hurdles, and he's improved with each run since he's been over here. And Warren's horses are flying, so it's great. Yeah.
And at what point did you think there might just be a joker coming out of the pack?
To be honest, I thought like 50 yards to go, I thought I'd been done, because in my vision it looked like they were past me. But yeah, when I said well done to Sean, and he said I don't think I've won, so I took ages for the result to call. But yeah, here we are.
Well, there'll be some rightly very proud family members. Congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
I don't know what was going through your head in the moments after that race, whether you thought you'd been robbed, whether you thought you'd held on, and what you were feeling about the race as a whole.
Firstly, I was chuffed with the race. He went through the race really well.
Doesn't he jump?
Oh yeah, he's going to be a lovely chaser, and he's got he's so much more inexperienced than the rest, because he's obviously had no flat races, and it's only the 5th race of his life. So I just was chuffed the way he went through the race, and like James said, I just thought he was getting there too soon. And we know what this place is like for a young horse looking about. So he got a bit close to the last and then was lonely, and they were obviously racing away from him, so sort of racing on his own. Initially I thought we'd held on, and then when I watched it back, I'm a real pessimist.
The cameraman thought you'd held on. We weren't sure.
No, I thought we were beat, to be honest. But yeah, no, I'll take a dead heat.
How do you map out a career for a horse like this now?
James thought he could be a Fred Winter type. But it just depends. We wouldn't want to over race him, because I think he will go chasing next season. But he looks highly exciting. I put the hood on him after his first run after Weatherby. He's just too enthusiastic, and I think like today he was a bit gassy to the first. And once then after he's done that, he's fine. But he's the same in his work at home. He just wants to do too much. And I think that will just come with time, the more racing he does. But he's got a very good cruising speed, brilliant jumper. Yeah, no, he looks very exciting.
Well done.
Thank you.
Warren Greatrex has trained one of the dead heaters. Jack Jones is just here. I'm going to grab a quick word with Jack as well. Jack, well done. Fancy doing it in 2 consecutive years, and Teriferma, who you've... Well, here's Jack Jones, who's trained the other dead heater. Jack, a pretty special moment to win this race 2 years in a row. And I wondered what your expectations were coming into today.
I couldn't believe we were 18-1. I mean, he'd won 2 hurdle races and finished second with a big weight in Ireland before we got him. He's been very, very straightforward to train. His work's been good. He's done a lot of work with the lad, which won the race last year. We've not got a huge amount of jumpers, so they naturally sort of pair up well together. And I think this lad's probably a better horse. Yeah, it was quite a strange feeling having a dead heat, but I suppose it is a winner. And I mean, look, lose dead heat or win, he's probably the horse to take out of the race, having been a pitch further back than we would have liked. Just because of his jumping, he just jumped a bit big, missed 3 out or 4 out, I think, and we were just a bit further back than ideal. But
they both had the double penalty as well.
Yeah, exactly. And look, to hit the line like he did, delighted. Honestly, very, very well. Look, as everyone knows, this is a very special place to have winners, and yeah, to do it back-to-back years is very, very special.
An Bradan Feasa gave you such fun last year. Do you think this horse has got the constitution and the ability to keep pushing forward?
Yeah, as I said, they've done a fair bit of work together, and I think this is a bigger model. He'd be more straightforward. He's got a bit more size. He'd very much jump a fence in time, and yeah, he'd be definitely one to progress. And I was asked a minute ago, Fred Winter, it would be the logical step to work back from, but we won't be greedy in between hand. I think we'll probably go somewhere once in between hand, because this guy, he's won for years down the line, I think he's one. If we look after him and campaign him sensibly, he'll be around for a few years.
I just met your grandmother, Jill, who said she didn't want to steal the limelight, but reminded me that she trained Gambling Prince and Ace of Spies, two great chasers of the 80s to win here.
Yeah, I've heard lots of stories, obviously before my time.
I'm old enough to remember being here when Ace of Spies won.
Yeah, no, I've watched the replays, and no, she's here all happy, so no, it's good.
Fantastic, doing the family proud. Jack, congratulations.
Thanks a lot, cheers, thank you.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.